Welcome back to another coding ASMR video. In this video, I will continue the countdown to 2023 challenge, which each day until December 31st, 2022, I will attempt a coding challenge on Code Wars. So today is December 27th, 2022, and today I'll be solving another problem. So this is the problem I will be solving. For this challenge, I'll have to make a method that takes in three numbers representing the red, green, and blue values representing a color. Each number is from 0 to 255, and I'll have to turn that into a string and convert these numbers into a string containing the hex representation of a color. And these are just some test cases. So for white, if I pass in 3 255s, I'll return all Fs. If it's slightly off white, I'll have to return this, but this is out of range, so despite that, this is still white. This will give you black, and this will give you whatever the color is. Typing noises start now, and enjoy me code while giving you ASMR tingles. Alright, starting now. So right now, what I'm trying to do is to check if the range is if the inputs are out of range. So I'm gonna do for red, I'm gonna check if red is 0. I'm gonna make a variable, check if the R input is less than 0, set it to 0, otherwise leave it, assign it to equal to the input. And then I'm gonna check again, if it's greater than 255, set it to 255, otherwise leave it as is. And I'm going to do the same thing for the other colors. Okay, so I'm just gonna now test the inputs, see if they are set equally. So I'm gonna just purposely set it to 300, which is not valid, and then -1 for green, and then for blue it's 1 for like normal color. So let's see if I get something. I'm just checking the inputs. Okay, so it just sets it to 2550 and 232. So I got the checking done. Now what I'm gonna do is convert it to a hex string. So yeah, let me see something. I'm gonna just probably do those one by one. So I'll start with red. So what I'm doing right now is I want to convert this number, which is red. I want to convert it to a string, but in this method there's also another overload for this method, which I could pass in another parameter, which is a radix, I think. And this number represents the base. I would like to represent the number as. So if I would put it 2, I would get a binary representation of a number in string. If I would put 16, I'll get a string representation of an integer but in hex. Alright. Let's see. For this one, I'm gonna do a red hex. And 16 here just gives me in hex, that's in which would I want to have. So let's try to get 0 here, because I want to see how it would turn out. Okay, so I get a single 0, but for in this case, there are cases where I'll have only one digit returned in hex for low color values, but I would like to have a 0 here up front. So what I'm going to do is I'll have to pad a 0, I think. So I'm going to try that. I think there should be a method that pads a 0 to this instead of just appending a 0 like this one. Like, I should have, like, I'm not sure. Like, I know in database, in SQL, it's like a database language, structured query language, where I could pad a certain number of characters onto a certain string. Okay, I might as well leave it like that. I'm gonna see if I'm just gonna print it out and see if I get 2 zeros. Okay, that's good. Let's see a low value like 13. And there you go. The thing is that I would like to convert these letters to uppercase. So, yeah. This will quickly fix it. So I'll just put a called to uppercase in this one initially. So, and that fixes that. So just basically means take this, pass in an integer on base 16, convert it to a string representing a hexadecimal value of a number, and then call to uppercase to change all these letters to uppercase if there's a letter representing it. So, yeah. I'm gonna just make this shorter, change that to a ternary operator. This is just a short, funny, cool syntax, shorthand syntax of an if-else statement. So just check the string if it's equal to 1. In this case, for a low value, for 1-digit hex value, just append a 0. Otherwise, leave it as is. And now I'm going to do the same thing for the other colors. So green hex. Alright. So, and at the end, after I converted every single character to hex, I'm going to return a joined version. So I'm gonna return red hex concatenate with green hex. I think green comes after first. And like that. So just basically all these three colors together. Alright. Now what I'm going to do is use these test cases to see if I get these same results. Alright, so now I'm going to test it. Let's see if I get the same result. Alright, so for the first one, I expect if I pass in all 255s, I will return all Fs, which I get if I pass in the same thing except one that's out of range. I'll still see FFFF. And here, if I pass in all zeros, that represents black. I'll return 6 hex digits, all zeros. And then for the last one, if I pass in this normally, I would have to return 9400D3. I think that's like a more of a indigo color. I may be wrong, but this is like, yeah, that's probably indigo. I think I may be probably wrong, I'm not so sure, but like it's like a dark bluish violet. It's more in the blue. So, and I expect I get the same result. Alright, so after I run my code on the Code Wars, seeing if it passes, it seems to have passed every test case. And so, based on that, I think I have succeeded in today's coding challenge for today's countdown. So, once again, today is December 27th, 2022, which means there are 4 days left until the new year. So, December 28th, 29th, 30th, and 31st. So, this concludes this video. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you get your ASMR tingles, please drop a like down below. I appreciate all the likes I get. And so, stay tuned for the next video in this series. Peace out.